Hola!
Hola!
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are recording a video about our travels. I had asked you guys on Instagram for some questions, and I have a list of questions, so we're just going to be giving you guys an update. We have been traveling. This is Calvin, my husband, and we have been traveling for over 3 months. And on this trip so far, we have been to Costa Rica, Panama, and now we're in Peru. So why are we traveling?
We're traveling because we get bored easily.
Yeah, I think we're traveling because we can, you know?
Yeah.
And we love it. It's a passion of ours as well.
Yes, and we decided to travel with kids, which many people think is pretty crazy. But
It is crazy.
Yeah. But to be honest, it's crazy even at home. So we figured why not just do it in fun, beautiful places.
Yes, and so our kids are 3, 4, and 7. We're homeschooling our oldest son, and our other 2 just play a lot. So we don't know when we're going back to South Carolina. We just take it one country, 1 month at a time, and see how we're doing. And we work remotely. So Calvin works as a
graphic designer. I build websites and do branding for businesses, mostly based in the USA.
Yes, and I create content online, and I just released an English course. I have students, and I'm just continuing with that project, as well as taking care of the kids. And we have Airbnb back home that brings in a lot of support, because that was one of your questions. How much do things cost?
You know, traveling short term, things generally cost a lot more. So if you're renting a house for a month, you know, you're not going to get the same prices as, say, like here in Peru, a Peruvian would get if they rented for a year.
Yeah. So typically we've been spending at least $1,000 a month just on our housing. And then the other big expenses are the tickets. So every time we get on a plane, we have to pay for the luggage. It's around $600 for one-way tickets for our family. So we paid $600 to get from Panama to Peru, and then even within Peru to go to another city, we're paying another $600. So the biggest expenses are our travel expenses of flying and of renting places. Panama and Costa Rica surprised us with how expensive they were, and Peru has surprised us with how cheap it is. It feels a lot cheaper. Just for example, to go out to a restaurant for a family of 5, a nice restaurant, and all eat well, I would say we spend $20. And in America, we would spend $40 or $50, and same as in Panama or Costa Rica.
The idea is that it's cheaper to go to Latin America and eat food, which has been the case in Peru. It is cheaper here. Yeah. But yeah, Panama and Costa Rica, unless you ate like maybe in a little small town or something, you're gonna be paying like American prices.
Yes.
Which shocked us, really.
And someone was asking for tips about how to find cheap places to stay. And we have found most of our places on Airbnb. I think the best way is if you have connections to people who know somebody that's renting their house. That would be a good idea. For us, we really haven't had that so far, so we've been searching on Airbnb, and it is a little higher, the prices.
Yeah, but we've been renting houses for a month at a time, and so generally a lot of hosts give a big discount. So yeah, you can save a lot of money if you kind of do slow travel.
Yeah, exactly. There was also a question asking, what do you do for money if you don't have a credit or debit card? Which is a great question. The only thing I could think of was wiring money from your bank to a bank in the country and then traveling with a lot of cash. It's actually been a bit challenging for us, mostly here in Peru, because we always need to pay with cash. Not always, not for our groceries and stuff, but usually for our taxis, or if we're out exploring and there's a little side street food shop, you know, we pay in cash. And it costs, I think, up to $10 every time we take out money. And we can only take out max $175 at a time. So it's pretty inconvenient for us. There was also a question about, what do you regret from your travels? Something that you regret not doing. And I really could only think of one. Which was so long ago. Me and Calvin were in Italy, in Venice, and we wanted to ride the gondola. Gondola? I don't know.
Gondola.
Yeah, and we didn't because it was like $100. And we're like, that's so ridiculous, so expensive. But now I'm like, man, we should have just done it.
I still think, no, let's not ride the gondolas for $100 crossing the canal. You can get in a water taxi in Venice and pay like, I don't know how many euros, and you get a similar experience. So,
do you have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. Every experience has been unique.
Yeah.
We're trying to create experiences, like I said, for our kids too. And so, yeah, there's limitations with that even. Like, we can't do everything we would want to do if we didn't have kids. So, but we get a whole different experience when we travel with kids. So, yeah, I don't have any regrets as far as like, oh, we really should have did this. Or, I mean, maybe tried more foods. I'm always down for that.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. Somebody asked, how do you understand the people in these different places? And do you notice a big difference with the Spanish accents in the countries? So I would say as of late, I mean, we're fluent in Spanish, we speak English, Portuguese, I speak French and Italian. So when we've traveled to places like Taiwan or Turkey, when we didn't know the language, we would just do our best to try to communicate using gestures, and we somehow got by. But I will say travel when you know the language is so much more fun because you can connect to the people, connect to their heart and their culture in such a rich way, which is why I want to learn every language.
Yes. Knowing these languages has really helped us travel and meet people. There was a moment where we were eating breakfast in a hotel and Camille struck up a conversation. They spoke French, so they switched to French. I think they're speaking Spanish. A Brazilian lady came in, she was speaking Portuguese.
Yeah.
So yeah, like being able to communicate with all these other travelers and people that we meet, it's been really priceless to understand at least a few languages and communicate on a little deeper level with people.
And somebody asked about anything particular or special that happened in your travels. And I would say many things, but one of them was when we decided to film. I wanted to learn how to use a machete in Panama, and we were on the side of a mountain without our kids. It was just me and Calvin. Our kids were with our friend who was watching them. And so I went up to this guy and we filmed the video, and it was super cool. And it kind of launched my TikTok. It got shared on the biggest TV stations in Panama, on their Instagram, and then other videos as well. So I feel like I went kind of viral in Panama and people were reaching out to me, and it was a cool way to get to meet even more people.
Yeah, one of the coolest experiences I think I've had was we started watching the sunsets in Cocos del Mar, I think it's called, or Playas del Coco in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And yeah, one sunset, it was just epic. I mean, it started raining, but it's warm there. And so we're just watching the sunset with epic lighting in the water. Our kids are all loving it. Those are some of the best moments that we can share, like not just individually, but as a family, and create memories that, we won't forget.
Yeah, absolutely. Travel creates so many memories, and we keep asking our kids, do you want to go home or do you want to keep traveling? And until now, they've said keep traveling. So we will keep traveling. We don't know for how long, but we are enjoying it. This last month, which the hardest thing with travel, besides just moving around a lot, it can be tiring, which is why we try to stay at least 4 weeks in each place. And because we have to haul all of our stuff, we only travel with 2 suitcases and a hiking backpack, and then our kids have their little bags. But we got sick here with something from the food, and then both of us had like body issues with our back, my back, his neck, like this week here in Peru. So we're so thankful. We've been getting massages, which are so cheap, like $10 for an hour physical therapist massage. They come to your house even, and then we've both been to the chiropractor. That has been the biggest struggle, and we realized, wow, our health is such a gift. When we feel good, like, thank you, God, because we are able to move and do life, because pain can be so crippling.
Yes, very crippling. It's never fun to feel like there's an emergency in a foreign country. And, you know, we went to the hospital for our little girl Ivory, you know, just some stomach issues. Anything like that in a foreign land, like you instantly want those comforts of your own language, your own system that you know.
Yeah.
Instead, you're learning as you go, and there's a, you know, semi-emergency and you're afraid. But in those moments, you know, you rely on God. You have to learn quickly, I guess, would be the best way to say.
We try to immerse ourselves in the culture as quickly as possible. So the first day, we always set up house. We go get groceries, get a lot of food, get whatever we might need to make the place feel like home. We always buy our kids a lot of art supplies in each new place because they go through them. They love art. And if we know friends, we borrow toys. Our last Airbnb was filled with toys. It was amazing for them. And then we just go out to the community. We do a family walk. We try to talk to people in the neighborhood and try to adapt as quickly as possible. As far as accents, I think sometimes I really struggle to understand people. Everyone has a different accent. And then the slang words in each place are different as well. So it has been a little bit of a struggle, not to communicate what I need, but to understand what people are saying, for sure.
Yeah, I think, you know, if they speak faster or lazy, you know, that's where it's harder for us because, you know, we learned with, you know, really crisp audio how to understand Spanish or other languages. So it makes it hard, you know. But as far as like differences between accents, between like Panama, Costa Rica, and Peru, I wouldn't say there's too big of an accent. Obviously, each country has their slang and their words they use on the street. And so but that's the fun side too. You get to learn all these different slangs. Like what's a slang here in Peru?
Causa.
Causa.
It's like friend.
Yeah. Causa or chévere. So, which is cool.
Yeah, just broadening our Spanish knowledge and vocabulary by being in these different places. So there was a food question. How's the food in these places? Do you like the food? I haven't been so whoa yet by the food, but we keep trying it. We're enjoying it. Yeah,
I would say in these countries, the food is really good. There's a lot of good dishes that are popular. And especially here in Peru, we're finding a lot of different ingredients, a lot of different dishes that we've never tried.
Yeah.
There's like thousands of potato varieties here in Peru, I guess. And a lot of the superfood that you hear about comes from Peru. Trying all these is fun. I would say that, it's not like, wow, it's spectacular. I've enjoyed trying all these different foods and they're good. Yeah, a lot of them are really good.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your questions, for watching this video, which we hope was in slow English. Don't forget to like the video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already.
And check out her TikTok as well.
In Spanish. Yes. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Yeah, I think so, man.
Wait, I'll have to end it.